So, how do you lead and inspire employees amid a global pandemic that's creating anxiety and uncertainty everywhere? This is the most unusual and unpredictable crisis that most of us have ever experienced. But guess what? There's no need to start from scratch and try to confront all of this. The research group or company Gallup, they've studied global citizens' worries, fears, and confidence for nearly every major crisis over the past, I don't know, like 6, 7, 8, 10 decades, including like the Great Depression, Pearl Harbor, World War II, the Kennedy assassination, riots in the 60s, 9/11, 2008 global financial crash, and now this pandemic. But one thing is clear. Global citizens look to leadership to provide a path, to provide confidence that there is a way forward and that they can contribute to that way forward, right? Think about that. I know this is hard, especially when you're trying to handle your own personal situations in this crisis. But just know as a leader, people are looking to you. In a time of crisis, there's two ways that humans, right, we take. You either are on this side of that fear and helplessness and victimization, or you go over here and you've got that self-actualization and engagement. Now, on the latter end, if leaders have a clear way forward, human beings are amazingly resilient. There's like this document of this like rally effect, like go, let's do this, we can do this, rah, 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 right? And so there's a needs that followers have of leaders. Think about it. You want trust, compassion, stability, and hope. These needs are especially urgent during crises. So people, they look for these traits in their leaders as a signal that their life is okay and that they can be a part of the solution. So you, as a leader, how can you audit your leadership approach during this COVID-19 crisis pandemic? What I suggest and my research supports is that you want action items that are built around the most important organizational practices that increase that trust, compassion, stability, and hope. So the first question I want you to ask is, does my leadership have a clear plan of action? Now, current studies are tracking that only 39% of employees strongly agree that their employer has communicated a clear plan of action in response to COVID-19. Ooh, yikes. Second, do I feel well prepared to do my job? Now, actually, just over half of employees, about 54%, strongly agree that considering this impact of COVID-19 on their job, they actually feel well prepared to do their work. You know, we're all adapting to this massive disruption. And, I actually reviewed this with a client, a coaching client this morning. During high stress times, managers and leaders, they need to go back to the basics, right? Clarify the expectations, review material and equipment needs, and readjust roles so people can leverage their strengths in new and creative ways. And furthermore, each employee needs to see how they fit into the bigger picture of the organization and its mission and purpose, because it's changed now, just a little bit. 3, does my supervisor keep me informed about what's going on? Now, the supervisor or manager or leader is the key conduit responsible for translating the organization's response to this COVID-19 for each and every employee. And only the direct manager can know each employee's situation, keep them informed and adjust those expectations, right? We want to inspire the high performance. Less than half of employees strongly agree that their immediate supervisor keeps them informed about what's going on in the organization as it relates to the impact of COVID-19. Ouch, right? It doesn't make us feel too good as employees. 4th, does my organization care about my well-being? Now, before this coronavirus outbreak, work and life were more blended than ever before, right? And now with millions of people required to work from home and millions of kids now kept at home from school, blending work and life is even more complicated. Who hears me out on that one, right? It's creating all kinds of unprecedented stress on employees' well-being. So a key predicator of low worry and high confidence is whether each employee believes and experiences that the organization is actually looking out for their best interest. So there's 5 elements of well-being that an organization can act on in many different ways, right? You've got your career, you've got your social, you've got your financial, you've got your community, and you've got your physical. Community right now and physical, right? When asked to consider the recent impact of COVID-19, less than half, 40%, strongly agree that their organization cares about their overall well-being. Ugh. Now, based on your own personal leadership audit, how can you create an exceptional remote workforce now, right? How can you build up your team and ensure that they have that trust, compassion, stability, and hope? Being a leader normally is a tough job, right? When in the midst of a pandemic, it's even harder. Now, just remember, you were put in this role for a reason. You got this. You do. And as always, reach out to me for advice on your specific situation. This too is going to pass, and I'm here to help.